Shalom, Yasharallah. Before we go into this lesson, we give all honor and all glory and all praises to Yahweh, Sokal, Halalyam, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. We give double honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of JMS Camp, and our great millstone for the bring for the 100% to the currently edified under. And to this lesson, we're going to go into the destruction of America via the ICBM missiles. Of course, with a further breakdown of precepts showing the ICBM missiles taking effect on Babylon the Great, which is known as America, also known as spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, because they also keep that customs and certain traditions and practices like sodomy, as well as the customs, the understanding of what they used to do back then concerning these horrendous acts, sexual immorality to be exact, which you see in the LGBT community today. As we get a little fast, so let me take my time and go a little slower, right? So we have to remember this at the end of the day. Remember the elders of the JMS camp have been warning us about this all the time, right? And this is something that is going to come to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it, it shall tarry no more. It shall come to pass. You understand? And this has been spoken about way too many times for many people to still be in their errors, and we know that Most High is actually in control over all things. So if you put the Spirit on them to do so, then they will be in their lots. But bruh, it's mind-blowing, because this impending doom is about to befall America, and we still have many Jakes having 1 foot in the truth and 1 foot out. How are you still even doing that, knowing the destruction is coming? Like, you're not seeing these videos being played off over and over? And this is the reason why I'm happy that the Most High put the Spirit on me to literally do that video like this. And I decided to put it in that form of a lesson, dealing with the destruction, dealing with the destruction itself on America, right? And it how to put it is confused me sometimes, like, why? Why knowing the destruction is coming, those who had a foot in and foot out, why knowing the destruction coming still be like that? Scriptures say you can't be lukewarm. You rather be hot or you be cold. If you're lukewarm, the Most High is going to spew you out of his mouth. Roughly paraphrasing, you're going to utterly be destroyed. You're going to be destroyed completely on this side via them same ICBM missiles. If that's your lot, it still is your lot. You're going to receive it. And then we have people who, which I don't really care for them at the end of the day. Those who choose to. You see, if a man in the truth and then choose to fall out of the truth or come and turn away from the truth, like that elder from that particular camp who turn away from the camp itself and turn away from the truth, you see that, things like that. Where's your faith? Where's your faith at this point in time? No disrespect, but that ain't making no sense. You reach this far to fall out. Let me grab Luke. Before you continue, I have it right here. Chapter 9 and verse 62. It says, and Yahawashi said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. I'll read that again. No man having putting his hand to the plow and looking back turning away, turning back to the world, still holding on to things of this world, when you are ready on that line to move forward away from this wicked world, you are not fit for the kingdom of the Most High. That's the truth. Yahweh Shai out of his own mouth said it. It's in red writing. You're lacking patience. You are lacking faith. You are this close to hopefully crossing that finish line, that straight gate. But yet, you allow something of this world, or possibly, not possibly, Yahweh may have put that spirit on him to do so. By whatever means he probably was going through. And that shows a weak faith, a weak person, weak in spirit. Remember, we had to get our minds right. We body is in error. Our body fights against our spirit daily, but we, according to the mind, have to get it right. And of course, we have the ones who know that what we speak is the truth, but don't want to live that at all. Literally, not being lukewarm, they refuse to remain cool. They refuse to remain warm, they refuse to remain lukewarm, they rather just be cool. They don't want to repent, after knowing the truth, them just saying to themselves, I am happy where I am because I'm living good. My life is fine, I'm being blessed, I can't complain in this slave system. So let me continue living my life and rejecting God's words. You have your shared judgment too. Let me grab that fast before I go into this lesson. I know it's straying a little bit, but let me grab it. Chapter 10 and chapter 9 and verse 10 to 13. It says, For such as in their life, having received benefits, and have not known me. Listen to this. It says, and they have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty. Listen, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, they understood not, but despised it. And what's their fate? The same must know it after death by pain. And listen to this part. After death by pain. So you don't want to be like that. And I like the last part, that's why I added it into it. It says, and therefore, be thou not curious on how the ungodly shall be punished, because they are going to be punished. Regardless. They the Most High put it onto them to be like that because of they mean not to be exact as to they wasn't part of the elect. It's straight it's as it is written. The remnants are going to be saved, and if they're not part of the remnant, it is what it is. That's their lot, to do what wicked things that they ought to do and to be destroyed for it. Straight up. So let me grab it again. Let me read it again. It says, and therefore be thou not curious on how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. That's what you need to inquire. And comma, and it says, and whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. This is what you should be seeking for, which is given to you by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That wisdom, that wise counsel that is directed, that you are directed to, if you are called to be exact, and or are chosen to be exact, to receive it. But no, as for regardless of what, those who are part, who are doing these things, the jakes that are on this side, guess what? This is the truth. The destruction of America, Babylon the Great, who you all like to enjoy and put up with and would rather be in that system and that mindset of slaves in this wicked society, who taking the RFID chip, who doing this and who, come on. This nation, Babylon the Great, is going to fall. It's going to have a great fall. That so-called what? Make America great again and great is America. No, great destruction is about to come upon America. It will befall them. Let me grab second Esdras as we hear. Let me scroll up. It's easier to do so. Right. Let me grab this. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Babylon, America. Egypt, spiritual America. That is basically what it is at this point, at this time. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. It says, his sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? No one. Why? Because it's locked on. Remember, they don't need no coordinates to lock in at America anymore. They are already targeting Babylon the Great. Daughter of Babylon, you are already targeted for that destruction. The Most High put it on them to make sure that you are destroyed. So you have but a short while before your destruction comes. And verses 4. So, before I continue, and this is why I just find it well how people just be, it is our Jake people putting up what the powers and the machinery and the weaponry of Babylon the Great, as if they go and do something. They cannot escape their destruction coming upon them. They cannot escape. Right? Once you understand it, right? Good. Let's continue. It says, and fire is sent among them, and who may quench it? No one's going to stop that destruction. And the 2/3, along with the heathens in America and the land, is going to be burnt up. They are going to be nothing but desolates after. Nothing but stubble. Nothing but destruction. Nothing but a barren land, if I say it like that. And verse 5, it says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that drive them away? Now, that word plague may trip up some of your people, but we already know what that word plague means. It means the ICBM, the destruction. The ICBM, which is Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. And to prove that, let me grab firstly. Let me get in the this will make it better. I use that Revelations 18 and verses 8 and 9. Now listen to these points. I want to listen to these points. 8 and 9. Well, more or less 8, but I want to add in 9 because 9 was also good. 8 and 9. Here it says, it says, and therefore shall her, right? It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is Yahweh power, who judgeth her. See, now let continue. It says, wow, real gas apparently. Lament for Babylon. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Now we know if you light a major fire And on one side of the hemisphere, you cannot see that fire quite in Africa, whatever the case is. I just make them put it out here in a carnal sense, in a physical sense. You understand where I'm coming from? So what could cause that? Let me continue. Oh, wrong one. I'll just give you a proper example. What could cause this when you go into Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12? What causes this? It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. It says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouths. What could cause that? I'll show you. Like a good snippet or example of it. That great smoke, that lovely consuming of fire, to be exact. Look at it. Look at that. Let's continue. Look at that. This is an example. This is the plague that is spoken about. This is the plague, the ICBM missile that when it hit the earth is going to cause a destruction. You'll have to understand that. When you go into second Esdras, same second Esdras chapter 15, it says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world. Now listen to this. I will bring plagues upon the world. What are you seeing after the world? Right? A semicolon. Semicolon is used to join words that is referring to it. Right? So, we're dealing with what? Plagues that are upon the world. The word is plague we're dealing with, that we're going to give an understanding of. Right? So, let me grab sword, which we read in the first part in 2 Esdras 16. Famine, which we just read. Death and destruction. That's the plague. What causes that? What causes that? Very simple. The ICBM. Straight up, straight to the point. The ICBM caused that. Right? So we see what the plagues are. So when you hear the brother saying plagues, don't be I don't want to say the wrong word. Don't be unlearn and say that's not what he's talking about. You have to go more into the scriptures, get more understanding of it, right? So let's go on. In verse 16, chapter 69, verse 6, it says, may any man drive away the hungry lion in the wood? in the woods. It says, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn? It says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? Let me grab one more. It says, the mighty power, Yahweh the Almighty, sending the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? The answer is no one. Let's grab some precepts for that. No one can drive away what the Most High has put for them to receive. Not one person. Not even Yahweh Shai could drive that away. Let's go in Deuteronomy chapter 32. Perfect example. And we can add two, take one more, two more. One more, take one more after that. It says, I think it's 39. Right, it says, It says, 39, Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver you out of my hands. Let me grab a next precept to back that up. Isaiah chapter 43 and verses 13. Or it's 12 to 13. That's 13. This one. 13, Salakia, 13. It says, yea, before the day was I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hands. I will work, and who shall let it? And the NLT makes it clear, from eternity to eternity, I am the Most High. No one can snatch anyone out of my hand. No one can undo what I have done. Therefore, y'all are not ever going to escape that destruction. So instead of wasting your time in this world, or like I'd say for those who can receive this, come out of it. Seek Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai. Diligently seek him. For those who are new, continue to fear, continue to pray, and continue to keep the order that is given, or the instructions given by Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, by the true elders, which is of JMS Camp and like-minded brothers speaking like-minded truth, and by the other brothers who are teaching this truth with sincerity. This is the people you have to go to. Don't waste your time with people who willing to snap your ears with some nonsense, BS, to get you to believe some, to pull you away from it. And of course, if the Most High put that spirit on you and you feel to do that, like my cousin, there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. Yeah, you have to leave it as it is. You can't fight that. You understand where I'm coming from? So, of course, if somehow they come back, it is what it is. But if it's not for them, it's not for them. I had to accept that myself. Like, go into verse 10, it says, he shall cast lightning and who shall not fear? And he shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? It says, Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. Think of that. That is why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You don't want to be in that order. You don't want the angels on the left-hand side to be among you, because you will perish. You understand? You will perish. Let's continue. I grabbed 12. It says, the earth quaked, and the foundations thereof, and the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before Yahweh, and before the glory of his power. Slakia. Couldn't hold it. It just came out. Slakia for that. One minute. Oh my gosh. And when you go into I want to grab this one fast. When you go into the second Esdras chapter 15, it makes it as clear as possible where it says, behold, my people are led as a flock of the slaughter. It says, I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. Listen to this part. But I will bring them with a mighty hand, and I will stretch out my arm and smite Egypt. With plagues, which we know is the ICBM missiles. It says with plagues, it says, as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. Esau, your main lovely land is going to be destroyed, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the truth, right? There's nothing you can do about it. Not one thing you could do about that. Let me go back. It says, let me go in verse 13. It says, I want to paint a little image to you. I will get the video as well, showing you. But I'm going to paint the image for it. It says, for strong is his hand, is his right hand. Who's that right hand? Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the right hand side. But let's go on to it. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. It says, and shall not miss. It says, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And let me continue with that one time as we hear. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon them. I hope you're getting the gist of this. So when them ICBM starts from Russia and the other nations that join up with them to destroy Babylon the Great, and you see them missiles like you saw in the video which we show, which I'm going to show again, and we see them missiles. I'm going to grab it.
Just killed my daughter.
I don't really care about that. We see them missiles. Let me get. We see them missiles being launched. You understand? Of course, there's going to be much more than just this, but we see them missiles being launched. Those arrows being launched from the east to the west, which is Babylon the Great, and it hits the earth. Then you will realize that Yahweh Hashem Shai, for those who did not believe, then you may realize that Yahweh Hashem Shai is the true and living power. But then it could be too late. But let's continue. As it touched down, a great smoke with fire, consuming fire, with, what you call that? Destroying wind. Like grab that one time. Let me take it off and grab it on the next one. Destroying wind. Like grab it in Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 1. Babylon judged for sin against Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. A destroying wind. Let me play that again as we hear. I think that was played properly. Yes, it's a destroying wind. Traveling the seas. A destroying wind. And as you go on, it says in verse 15, and 14 first, and the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. It's going to smite the earth. Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Let's watch it again. But the elect. Look at that. Doesn't matter where, what, who, whoever is in that part, at that point, whoever is left down on the earth to receive that is going to receive a harsh judgment. Let's I pray I'm not part of that to remain on that, to remain here with that destruction coming. Right? That would be a like going verse 16, where it says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, because when it hit the earth, it's going to explode. It's going to destroy anything in its path. That's all it's going to do. That cannot be returned. That's why it says that. I'm going to read it again. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, because it hits the target. The target is Babylon the Great, America. Daughter of Babylon, to be exact. It says, even so the plagues that should be sent upon the earth shall not return again. See? And here is Esdras saying, woe is me. Imagine that, eh? Imagine seeing a vision like that and not seeing the destruction in such a vast and great state. You want to know, when I come back on that time, how am I going to even make out? Am I going to be a part to be saved? That should be a part that was probably a part in his head. I'm sure they understood that regeneration. So, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And the true question is, who is going to be delivered? Like, go a little higher up. It says, I'm going to read it here. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. And as we understand, his chosen is the Israelites, but the elect of the Israelites, the remnant, the 144,000 Israelites. Right? I think that's going to be my next lesson, with a little bit more breakdown concerning the who are his chosen, or who are his chosen, and the means of how they're going to be saved over the cases. I think there's 2 lessons I would do, 1 or 2, to just give a better edification on that. But the elect, which is clear as day when they go into Isaiah chapter 144, just a simple understanding, 1 and 2. It says, yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, who will help thee, says, fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Another word for Israel, or Jerusalem to be exact. But anyways, which is the same thing. It says, whom I have chosen. So you have seen his chosen is what? The Israelites. But when you go into it a little bit more, like, I just want to just do it as fast as possible before I close off. Romans chapter 9, Verse 27, simple precept, very easy to get. It says, Elias also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. That's what the scripture says in Romans, we'll go up 11 and 7, where it says, what then? I'm going verse 5. It says, even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. See? It says by, let me read it. I think I get 15. No, wrong. I think it was, it was a particular precept that I add to this one. Anyways, let me go back. It says, what, and verse 6, it says, and if by grace, then is it not more of works? Otherwise, grace is no more grace, but if it be of works, then it is it no more of grace? Otherwise, work is no more of works. It says, what then Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for. It says, but the election, which is that remnant, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Who are the rest? The ones who wasn't designed to receive it, who wasn't predestinated to receive it. Those are the rest, the 2/3. Whilst the elect had received it, which is the elect of Israel. You understand where I'm coming from? That's just it. So only when according to the scriptures, the election or those that were chosen, when you go back into 2nd Esdras 16, I'll read from 73 again. It says, let me read it. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, Jacob's trouble at its climax. But I will deliver you from the same. He is talking about his chosen. He will deliver them from the same. So they are not going to receive that. They are not going to bear that harsh punishment, that ICBM. Those laser beams from them chariots, destroying them. You understand? They are not going to receive these things. They are going to be gathered up. So I know I'm probably a little bit rough with my speech today, but I hope this lesson was indeed edifying. Let me play this one more time because I did this video and I actually love it, honestly speaking. Son, who are Yahushua crying at that point in time? The elect. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 43. It says, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
There he is. There's
and Esau will fall. One more precept. Same second Esdras, I believe. It's chapter 6 and verses 8 and 9. 9. Straight to the point. Esau is the end of the world. Meaning this era, when the Most High come, when Yahweh comes, he's going to meet Esau at rulership. This is the era that's going to be at end. It's going to be destroyed. They are going to be broken down. They are going to be dashed to pieces. They are going to be utterly destroyed after their captivity. And who will remain in rulership forever? Jacob. That's why it says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So after their destruction, then we'll have the rise of the Israelites. Understand? Northern and Southern Kingdom coming together. The rise of the Israelites. Back in power. Back in full rulership. Under Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi. Having that ultimate bodies, that renewed bodies. Not being able to sin, being immortal. This is our lot. And that destruction is theirs. So Shalom, Yasharala, Kal Halal Yam, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Again, we give double honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of GMS Camp, better known as Great Millstone, for they bring forth the 100% truth that have been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, the tabernacle of David. Shalom to the who I consider my elders, Brother Matazabad and Brother Malak, Brother Malak Abaniah, Salakia. Also, shalom to the sincere Archems and Aquas who are diligently seeking his truth in sincerity. And yeah, again, hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.